Hey everybody, welcome back to microbeerreviews.com. Alright, Norfolk, Virginia is where we are at tonight. This is the O'Connor Norfolk Canyon Pale Ale. It's got this really cool picture of a sailfish kind of breaking the surface there. I've read about this beer. I've seen it in stores. It's not nearly as widely distributed on the East Coast currently, but I keep seeing it, so I took the opportunity to take a purchase on this one. ABVs are 5.5% and IBUs are 40. There's a kind of a cool story on their website that I'll share with you. It says Deep Sea. This is named after the offshore fishing grounds located 60 miles off the coast of Norfolk, Virginia. Canyon Pale Ale is a medium-bodied American pale ale with a solid malt palate and a pleasant hop finish. So I know nothing about this canyon area located off of Norfolk, but I can tell you this: I have spent some time up there, and there are some deep waters where a lot of the freighters come in and a lot of the big ships come in. So they can't happen without deep water. Typically, when that happens, you have phenomenal fishing, as well as a lot of some weather that comes in. So the deep sea, I totally get. So never had it before. Like I said, I have seen this on draft in different restaurants occasionally, but this is also one of the ones where I've just passed it up in stores. No other reason other than that. So I have not ever had it before. Looks like a classic pale ale. A little bit of carbonation, nice white frothy foamy head, nice orange color, a little bit more orangey than a lot of pale ales. A lot of them are more of that kind of yellowy straw color. But again, looks great. Smells like a pale ale. So it's not an IPA, it's a pale ale. So lower ABVs, a little bit more malt background, a little bit more breadiness, a little bit more of that kind of grain background to it. Smells good though. Smells like fresh hops. Subtle. A lot more malt than what you would get from an IPA, but again, this is a pale ale. So yeah, it smells pretty good. Not a lot of fruitiness to it. Just kind of what I would call a traditional pale ale is what it should smell like. So cheers, let's get into it. Wow, that's much better tasting than the aroma. Not that the aroma is not good, it's just the taste is, it's got a really good mouthfeel to it. Finish is really dry. When you first get it, you can definitely taste definitely the malts that are in it. It definitely has a nice kind of spready sweetness to it. It's easy to drink. It's got a very subtle hop background to it. If you look on the website, they don't tell you much about it, but I would guess these are some of the more subtle hops. They have won some gold awards in 2014 and 15. Yeah, I mean, this is what I call your middle of the road, please the masses IPA flagship beer for a brewery that made the brewery known. Everybody has them. Dale's Pale Ale is a great example with Oscar Blues. I remember back in the early, I'm going to date myself, but I think early, mid-90s, it was the first canned beer, and I might be misquoting my dates, but it was every bit of close to 20 years ago, where there was this pale ale in a can, and it was like way above its, before its time. It was a great beer, but it was a solid pale ale. It had solid notes to it. It was well brewed. It was consistent. This reminds me of a very good example of that. Flagship beer for the brewery, brewed consistently, brewed very well. A lot of people liked it. A lot of people bought it. A lot of people got the brewery, well known, and it was just a solidly well done beer. This is a good example of this. Is a great pale ale. It's got great flavor. It's not that exciting in terms of its aroma or even its, quite honestly, its flavor, but It's very well done for the class. I don't typically buy pale ales uh, often, but I would definitely purchase this beer if I was at a restaurant or somewhere where it was kind of a one-off beer. It's worth the money. It's worth a good ranking of a pale ale in this class. So, that's the first beer I've ever reviewed from O'Connor, but I mean, this is extremely well done for the class. So, we rate our beers between 1 and 5. I would probably give this beer, for a pale ale, I would give this beer a 4, which is high for me for my rankings if you've watched any of my other videos, but I mean, this is done extremely well. It's well balanced, it's got good flavor, it's easy to drink, it's got a nice finish to it. It's a very well brewed pale ale. So there you have it. Let us know if you've tried it. Thanks for watching microbeerreviews.com. We upload all the time. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel to get our updates, and as always, we will see you again very soon. Cheers.